Welcome everyone to Your Best Years Yoga. It's Alicia Bliss, and this is my Heart Wide Open segment. A wonderful 10-minute sequence of opening your chest and opening your upper back muscles so that we can get more space in that heart center. The more you expand your chest muscles, rib cage, and the rest of your upper body with heart opening postures, the more blood, oxygen, and more circulation can be freed up to invigorate you mentally and physically, and in turn, uplift your spirits. So practice often and enjoy. We'll meet you on the mat in tabletop position. Go ahead and start to flow your breath. And let's just start by wringing out the spine. Open up the back in your dog tilt. Lift your head and tail up towards the sky. Bring your belly towards the floor. And a full exhale to tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and take the mid back up towards the sky. Flow your breath. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat tilt. Tuck everything under. Make it feel really good in that upper back. On your inhale, open your chest, open your tail. Exhale, cat. Take a couple more rounds with the flow and the rhythm of your own breath. Inhaling to dog, exhaling to cat. Wringing out the spine of any tension and just warming up the spine here so we can start to open up that chest and the shoulders. Inhale to tabletop and then walk your hands towards the top of your mat. We'll move into a plank version with your knees down. Notice your alignment for a moment. Look down at the mat and the shoulders are right over the wrist. The head and the knees are in a diagonal shape. Take an inhale here, and when you exhale, keep your hands where they are and take child's pose. This will be our movement with our breath. The inhale is back to knee down plank. Exhale is child's pose. Again, not moving the hands, just moving the upper body. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale to child's pose. It's a wonderful way to open those shoulders. Inhale, back to plank. And exhale to child's pose. Wonderful. Inhale back to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale back to plank. This time, lower down all the way to the floor. Coming into Sphinx pose. Position your elbows right underneath your shoulders and allow your chest to lift. Lifting your heart by moving your shoulders back and lengthening the front and back of your body. You can decrease back pain and also tightness in your shoulders. So doing all of this, again, improves your spirits. In this pose, we also practice just being. This is a yin posture, a still posture, that we create the shape and we just be in it with our breath, focusing on what we're feeling. Breathing in and out as you come out of this and rest. Take your elbows out to the sides and your palms for your forehead to rest on. Breathing and noticing how your body feels here as you relax. Now let's bring our hands under our shoulders, and on an inhale, come up to half plank or knee down plank, and then exhale to a deep child's pose. So spread the knees as wide as the mat and bring the big toes together. Allow the arms to continue to reach forward so you can open the shoulders. And breathe here. Deep belly breaths into your child's pose to relax your back. Let's make our way up into tabletop position. Now let's move into one of my favorite heart opener postures, the camel posture. Place your palms at your low back And hug the shoulder blades together and the elbows moving towards one another to open that chest. Lean back a little and look up at the sky. Doesn't have to be much here. This posture will require some practice, but just stay with wherever you are and make it feel good. This is the counter pose to sitting or bending over at your garden for hours in a day. Great. Now coming out of this, let's take a child's pose. Come out safely, spread the knees wide, bring the big toes together, and let's hang out with your breath flowing and your back getting a nice stretch from the camel pose. Now let's meet back into tabletop position. Flow your breath. And when you take your next inhalation, take a dog tilt, lift your head, lift your hips. We'll repeat the same postures we did a few minutes ago. Exhaling, you're tucking your tail and your chin for your cat tilt. Inhale into dog tilt. Drop your belly down, lift your tail and head. Exhale, cat. Again, just wringing out the spine, creating more flexibility in the spine. The yogis believe that a flexible spine is a youthful spine. So continue to move the spine with each breath. Inhale, dog. Exhale, cat. Great. Now inhale into tabletop position and walk your hands toward the top of the mat for your knee down plank. Just like we did before, we're going to inhale into your plank. Let's look at your alignment. Make your diagonal shape from your knees to your head. A nice straight line of energy. Now inhale here and exhale to your child's pose. Inhale back to plank, shoulders over wrist. Exhale to child's pose. Remember, you don't have to move your hands. We're just flowing in and out of your plank. Inhale to plank and exhale to child's pose. Nice, slow, mindful movements. Inhale to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Breath-initiated movements here. Very meditative. Inhale to plank. Exhale to child's pose. Great. Inhale to plank. And this time lower down to the floor. We'll move into our Sphinx pose again. And flow your breath while you're here. So again, this is a still posture that we just breathe into and notice what's happening inside. So close your eyes and focus on your breathing and this healthy back bend that you're creating. And moving out with ease. Take your elbows out to the sides and take your head down onto the arms for a pillow to rest. Take a few breaths here. And again, just notice how the body feels on your belly, relaxed. Now take your hands under your shoulders and press back up to a knee down plank. And then take a full child's pose. Knees apart, toes together, arms reaching out forward to stretch out those shoulders. A great counter pose to back bends here. This is going to reset the back. And now come up into tabletop position. Then we'll move into one more camel for today. Place your palms at your low back. Open up the heart center by hugging your shoulder blades together. Gaze up at the sky and create your own back bend here. Breathing into it, not going too far. You shouldn't have any pain sensation here. If you do, come off a little bit. Good. Take one more inhale. And when you exhale, fold down into child's pose again. And that does it for our heart opening sequence today. Keep opening up your heart center and filling it up with more joy. And keep living big.